You're watching Discovery Science, where every minute we unfold something new and wonderful for you to know about the planet we live on, the bodies we inhabit, and the universe we are part of.
Does conventional medicine have all the answers to our health problems? Are there better ways to treat what ails us? Or could a universe of healing exist outside the boundaries of mainstream medicine? Next on The Critical Eye, alternative medicine. These treatments, some of which have been around for centuries, include homeopathy, gemstone therapy, and medical magnets. In our first segment, acupuncture, we'll explore an ancient method of using needles to control what is believed to be the energy of the body. But can acupuncture really make a medical difference? Or is it pointless? For 2,000 years, Chinese physicians have integrated studies of the human body and the earth, searching for natural paths to better health. These studies led physicians to create a means of treating the whole body, an ancient method we know as acupuncture. It's the most highly regarded form of alternative care, which puzzles skeptics.
What you've got is something that appears to work some of the time, although its successes are usually wildly exaggerated and may be nothing more than relieving the anxiety of the person because you're doing something for them. But the physiology, all this other stuff that's laid on top of it, is pure mythology. There's nothing there that's going to be supported by modern science.
Acupuncture took form more than 2,000 years ago, when Chinese doctors needed to care for the emperor. A misdiagnosis could bring disaster for doctor as well as patient. So the emperor's physicians first tested treatments on human subjects.
What would happen is an emperor would get sick. Physicians would look at the emperor, see what's going on, and then confer with each other, go out, treat people who had similar problems with almost anything. If the patients died, it was no problem. I mean, it was the guinea pigs of today.
Following these field tests, ancient Chinese doctors compiled the results in what is called the Emperor's Classic Book of Medicine, one of the earliest medical textbooks. For 2,000 years, traditional Chinese medicine and the principles of acupuncture have remained largely the same. The existence of natural energy in the body. Traditional Chinese medicine calls it qi.
Qi is what makes you different from a sack of chemicals. It's the essence of energy that runs through the body that makes it so that we continue to function.
In theory, qi travels along channels called meridians. Along these meridians are more than 350 acupoints. Each of these provides a spot at which acupuncturists can adjust a patient's qi. Flow of qi dictates the direction of treatment. Practitioners check the meridian lines for sick points or blockages. By inserting needles, they remove the blockages, freeing the qi and gradually restoring health.
When you have a blockage especially of qi, but also blood, then what can happen is that blockage creates pain or could create spasm. It's sort of like a river coming to a dam and is trying to push it through.
Nerve that goes from the receptor to the spinal cord. There is no nerve that is a relief nerve.
The needles may simply serve as a distraction.
There are some areas in which acupuncture has a great deal to contribute. The most obvious one is in treating the nausea and vomiting of chemotherapy, where acupuncture certainly is becoming a frontline treatment. Acupuncture is also used a good deal for pain, both chronic pain and acute pain.
I'm a diabetic and have had all kinds of treatment for the nerve damage in my feet. And nothing that Western medicine had to offer ever helped me at all. They want to treat the pain with pain pills, painkillers, and when those did not work, that's where I drew the line.
For 10 years, diabetes racked James Reeves with pain. His condition grew so bad he could not walk. Then he tried acupuncture. Soon he was back on his feet.
On the 6th treatment, I left here noticing a tremendous difference. And it's the only thing that's ever helped me.
Once we've established that something is or might be useful, then the question comes up of what's the mechanism? We don't know the mechanism for many of the conventional medical treatments that we use. It doesn't stop us from using them.
Acupuncture?
I'm not really too into getting needles stuck into me.
I love acupuncture.
I've had acupuncture once.
I think it's good. It works for me. I believe it. It's possible. Anything's possible.
I'm not big of a believer in it.
Not used nearly as much as it should be.
Basically, if you believe in it, your power of the mind.
The father of modern homeopathy was a German physician, Samuel Hahnemann. Seeking a cure for malaria, Hahnemann discovered that a toxin, quinine, created similar symptoms. This observation led to a remarkable idea.
He had the brilliance, the genius of thinking that possibly we could give the medicine in a smaller dose and somehow not bring on the toxic side effects of quinine, but rather just simply its medicinal effect. So it's kind of like the concept of fight fire with fire.
Hahnemann called his new method similar similarium curander, Latin for like cures like.
Like cures like means that a certain set of medicines can induce a specific set of symptoms. It kind of counterbalances and creates a stimulation of the immune system to counter exactly, specifically, the same set of symptoms that the person is experiencing.
Studying a wide variety of compounds, Hahnemann devised formulas that diluted toxins with water, the birth of homeopathy.
But when he tried to give it to his patients, he found that there were side effects, sometimes serious side effects. And so how would he relieve the side effects? Well, he decided to dilute the substance. And lo and behold, he found that the more he diluted the medicine, the more quickly people got well. The question is, how much do you dilute it? And he found that there just didn't seem to be a limit.
The dilution method follows precise rules. The practitioner mixes a pure liquid form of toxin or herb with water, 1 part to 9. Then bangs the container to make sure they blend. Homeopaths call this step succussion. This process repeats again and again until only the essence of the original substance remains.
So we've exceeded the dilution limit. The dilution limit comes when you've only got 1 molecule left of the substance, and I dilute it again. 1 molecule. You can give me 1 molecule of anything you want, and it won't harm me.
Homeopathic practitioners say the chemical compound transfers to the water, retaining a memory of the compound conveyed during succussion.
There's not a shred of scientific evidence that water, in essence, retains a memory of what was once in it, nor is there any evidence that giving someone an extremely dilute solution of something harmful can have any beneficial effect whatsoever. But if the patient believes, and if the practitioner believes, then it is possible that the patient will feel better after having been treated with a homeopathic solution.
Emmy-winning actress Holland Taylor embraced homeopathic care when she noticed age gaining on her.
Frankly, I was just getting older. I just felt a diminishment of energy and sort of things, you sort of become aware of things start breaking down. Your tone starts just breaking down automatically through aging, and this was a very big surprise.
Her schedule made it hard for Taylor to stay in shape. When conventional medicine couldn't help, she saw Keith Diorio. He prescribed a homeopathic regimen.
I use his treatments according to need. I don't just sort of automatically go every so often to be treated by him. And where I see it taking me is whenever I have a period where I'm not working, I try to reintroduce all the disciplines that he advises me I should be doing all the time so that I can get into a regime to support my health. I'm used to feeling well now. I'm used to feeling well all the time. I wake up feeling well, and I certainly didn't used to.
Homeopathy.
I've heard of it.
This is not real prominent down south, that type of thing.
Homeopathy has its benefits.
I would go with more traditional methods.
We go to the doctor and get our pill.
It can do a lot more than Western medicine can.
I don't really think I've had much experience with homeopathy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Sarah Hillesheim with Relief Plus Chiropractic in Minnetonka. In today's video, I want to talk to you about some of the unexpected benefits you get with chiropractic care. So with the pharmaceutical drug ads on TV, you'll usually hear a long list of side effects. Things like dizziness, vomiting, headaches, more severe ones like cancer, suicidal thoughts, and even death. These effects are usually varying in severity. They are typically unpleasant and harmful to your health and well-being. But with chiropractic care, there's great news. Not only is it safe and effective, but it's completely natural. There's no drugs, no surgery or needles. But with chiropractic care, the side effects actually are the benefits. So I could go on and on and on, just like the drug ads, about all the positive effects of chiropractic. But I'll just talk about 3 of those effects today. The first one being the respiratory system. So a quarter of Americans suffer from asthma or allergies. And with chiropractic, when we're working on that middle of the back, those are actually the joints that are attached right to the rib cage. So if we fix any joint dysfunction in that region, it's going to help the rib cage expand and contract more easily, making breathing easier. We also take a look at posture, and with any hunchback posture like this, if we can start to bring that back up into alignment, then the lungs are going to be able to expand more fully. Second benefit I want to talk to you about is digestion. So with digestion, it's also a similar area in the spine, in that middle spine, T5, 6, and 7, where the main nerve supply goes right to the stomach and the upper GI system. So this will benefit anyone suffering from things like ulcers, acid reflux, or heartburn. Now with heartburn, a lot of heartburn is actually caused by taking NSAIDs. So those are medications like Advil, Motrin, or Aleve. A lot of people will pop those if they're having aches and pains. They seem like a harmless over-the-counter medication, but they can actually cause bleeding, ulcers, and heartburn. So rather than taking one of those pills when you're having aches and pains, just go to the chiropractor. Third benefit I want to talk to you about is the immune system. So your immune system is strengthened when you're receiving chiropractic care. This is because your nerve system and your immune system are the same thing. They actually studied this. It's a study done by Pro, and he found that people who were receiving chiropractic care had a 200% stronger immune system than those not receiving any chiropractic care. This is great because not only is it going to protect you from any toxins, bacteria, and viruses, but it's also going to protect you from cancer, which is the second leading cause of death in the United States. So those are just a few of the many, many benefits you'll get from receiving chiropractic care. So remember, consultations are always free, so you can come on in, ask any questions, and we're excited to see you. Have a great day.
Chiropractic is a natural form of healthcare, and because it's non-invasive and doesn't involve the use of drugs or surgery, it's generally regarded as extremely safe. A chiropractor will do a very careful case history and examination and choose the proper techniques and protocols that are right for your health history, for your body type, and for your condition. Chiropractors will perform an examination and several specific tests to minimize any risk of adjustment. There are specific techniques that can be used when these tests are positive, and chiropractors are very careful to refer patients out if they feel that they need medical care or they need to be co-managed by another healthcare practitioner. There have been some reports that chiropractic manipulation of the cervical spine might be associated with damage to the vertebral artery, causing a rare kind of stroke. And in fact, an important study was just published in 2008 in Spine magazine that showed that there actually was no increased risk of having this kind of stroke associated with a chiropractic adjustment any more than it would be associated with having a visit to your regular medical doctor. Chiropractors do very careful exams and adjusting techniques to minimize this risk. A lot of patients express concern that chiropractic adjustments might be painful, but I'm here to tell you that in most cases they're absolutely not painful at all. And patients report feeling an enormous sense of release and decreased pain immediately after the adjustment. Another concern people have are there any side effects from adjustments? And sometimes people may have a little soreness, particularly after the very first adjustment, but that's not common, but it can happen and it doesn't last very long, usually a day or two. I recommend that people drink plenty of water, take warm showers. You can ask your chiropractor for specific recommendations. Sometimes using arnica, if it's indicated, can be very helpful at just reducing any soreness. The soreness doesn't happen every time you get adjusted. Usually it's the first time or when you've been in a lot of pain and had a serious issue. For the most part, people feel really good after an adjustment. They feel a reduction of pain and just a profound sense of well-being.